Good morning slash afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Reckoning Brothers Afternoon Tea. I am Scott, and I'm here with our producer of the regular show, Josh. Josh, how you doing?
Good. I don't know if I could be classified as producer anymore. You're doing a lot of heavy lifting there. So let me just say that out. We're going to say Scott slash producer going forward.
That's great, and just I'm an inside baseball. If anybody, one, if we end up getting viewers, which hopefully we will. Two, if any of those viewers decide they want to try something like this on their own, there's something we did at the very beginning. You, Mark, and I. I just said, let's all just say how many hours a week we're going to be able to devote to this. You remember when I did that at the beginning?
Yep.
I was able to devote more of my spare time to it. Whether I just because I find it fun, right? Editing and stuff like that. You know, doesn't mean that you don't have a valuable role producing. A lot of it is just you being there to keep us on track is huge. So,
Okay.
if there's a lot of weird challenges, if anyone wants to start doing a podcast or a YouTube show that you just don't anticipate, no matter how much research you do, no matter how many videos you watch, damn, it helps to have somebody there, like a third person, just keeping you in line. So don't sell yourself short.
All
But
right. Well, I'm amplifying you there, buddy. So good job.
well, I appreciate that, and I'm amplifying this delicious Barry's Irish breakfast tea, our hopefully our future sponsor.
I wondered how long you would take to do that.
Well, it's going to be done every single time we do this. I can guarantee you that. Josh, you do not watch the hit Netflix show,
Yeah.
of course. You do not watch the hit Netflix show Cobra Kai. You
I have
told me
not
earlier,
seen
which
that.
is
No.
a huge mistake. It's the best show on television.
My bad.
I just got caught up. We watched it last night and got caught up to the last episode that's aired.
Okay.
There's something I find amazing about that show. It promotes self reliance to young people like I haven't seen since I was a kid. Every the lessons that you of course watch Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi and his lessons. Essentially, it's that same thing being taught through a more complicated lens, right? Because you have Johnny from the original series, the blonde kid, sweep the leg and all of that from the original Karate Kid. He's the main protagonist, along with Ralph Macchio. Johnny's whole thing is he's kind of taken that Cobra Kai mentality into the world, right? The strike first, strike hard, that just kind of hard ass, be ready to fight. And they're mixing it with the teachings of Mr. Miyagi through Ralph Macchio's character, Daniel, of patience. What Mark and I were saying last night. You've got the monster inside of you, but you don't want to use it under any circumstance. That whole kind of stoic philosophy, and through this teen drama, basically, although it being extremely well done teen drama, you see both of these types of ways of looking at conflict interacting together. No side actually ever like wins out is really the one way of being. It's a balance between these two. I don't want to give away the plot, but there's a whole dynamic between the two of them throughout the 6 seasons that are out. Well, I just
They've done six.
six
Wow.
seasons, yeah. I love that idea. I don't know how you feel about that, of just the balance and self-reliance. Because so both of these ways of looking at the world, the Miyagi and the Cobra Kai, are all about self-reliance, right? There's no real run to authority type of shit that's being taught to these kids. It's just how you deal with it and what you choose to use in a given situation. It's so, I don't even know if it's intentionally deep of a show, but it feels like a really, really deep show. Josh, you have a child, a teenager.
Yeah.
Do you like the idea of him being taught something like that? The two different kind of schools and how they interact with each other.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if really I could expound on it. Is it kind of like a yin and yang thing with them?
It's what I said to my fiance last night. This is the best yin and yang TV show I've ever seen. I use those exact words.
Huh.
it's just so it just feels so deep and so correct. I'm wondering because I don't have kids. Is any of that does any of that shit get taught to the kids through modern media, through modern education in schools at all? Do you think?
No, no, it
Not
doesn't.
even a little bit.
I mean, maybe, uh, and it wouldn't be a standardized thing. It would be the wrestling coach bumping shoulders with someone kind of thing as they're walking down the hall. Maybe church a little bit
Hmm.
depends on who you're dealing with. It's all personality based, so I would no, I would doubt any of that is taught in school.
So if the
Of
parents don't,
reliance on no, they want you to come tattle immediately.
yeah,
That's
that's kind of what I thought. So if the parents don't take it upon themselves to teach a kid to be reliant,
oh
like, well, their
right.
kids aren't going to get it at all.
Yeah, that that leads us down a whole path there. The reliance thing and the generation that is right now can is very dependent.
Mm.
I know we talked about adultier adults before.
Yeah, it's it, and there's something to be said. Thomas Sowell, the economist and writer, talks a lot about dignity culture versus honor culture. So in America, we generally have a dignity culture where if somebody slights you, the default isn't to just fight them or to go into violence. If they commit a crime against you, for instance, you go to the authorities, which has led to civilizational progress like we have in the US, right? If we all fought our own battles, it would be lawlessness. We can't really have that. However, you have other cultures that are honor cultures. He uses the example of the South, and he also says that the South is what leads to inner city ghetto kind of violence too. But they have a more, you slight me, I'll fucking kill you. You go against me, you punch me, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking
Yeah,
face. In reality, we kind of have a balance of that because I mean, if someone
there
punches
is.
you, you
Yeah,
punch them back, right? But I don't know.
but
Going back to the
you might get arrested if
you
you punch
might
them.
get arrested. Yeah, Daniel Penny, all that shit, right?
There you go.
But I, yeah, you gotta be. The kids have to know that there's nothing good about just not being able to have a conflict, about just melting or about running away every time. There has to be some of that honor culture stuff. You have to be able to stand up for yourself or others,
Yeah,
you know. And if you're not taught self reliance and you're only taught let's go and tell, I need an adult, I need an adult. You can't grow up. And the world will become a worse place. There'll be less and less people to put themselves in harm's way to do the right thing. And then the bad guys rule, right? Or am I wrong? What do you think?
no, I think you're right. That's an interesting aspect of it. Putting yourself in harm's way, doing the right thing. That's yeah, that would go by the wayside definitely.
Yeah, it's so do you think you'll give maybe one 25-minute episode a shot, just a first episode? Just see what you think.
6 seasons. It's gotta have something. Now, give me
Uh,
a little bit. Are they enemies in the show?
there are moments of both. I'll give you kind of the quick synopsis at the beginning.
Okay.
Johnny, he's the protagonist. He's kind of got like a shitty contract and job, right? And he sees the Cobra Kai. It's been years since I've seen it. Somehow he decides Cobra Kai is going to be a thing again, right? He ends up meeting Daniel
High school glory
LaRusso.
days kind of thing, or
Like a what?
high school glory days kind of thing, where Al Bundy's throwing the football.
Oh yeah, this is his 4 touchdowns in one game. Yeah, he kind of has that. There's, yeah, but the way I would sell it to you is how it feels like a modern '80s movie in TV form. Like the fights, like this is not modernized. Except, I mean, it is. I mean, it doesn't feel cheesy. Like if you were to go back to an 80s movie, it might, but it's very classic. Like the fights are like full on 80s karate fights that are not held back. Like you
Hmm.
would picture, okay, it's the 2020s. We're not going to show two 15-year-old kids whooping each other's asses. You'd be wrong. They're going to wholesale show two
Okay.
15-year-olds whooping each other's asses. So it's just a fun, it's a great time. I would be interested in maybe if you watch a few episodes revisiting this and seeing what you think, seeing if you think I'm right, that it really has a good mix of the different ways in which a young person should learn how to handle a problem or a conflict. But yeah,
I'll give
man,
it a try.
that's all I got. And if I convinced you to watch it, then this is a successful
I've been looking for
recording.
another show. Did you ever start Outlast?
I don't know what that
No,
is.
you didn't. Okay, that was
No,
this last show I recommended to you. It was the
no.
Alaskan Wilderness thing.
Oh yes, yes, yes. You did. I've watched similar type of shows. So
Yeah.
okay, all right. I'll make you a deal. I'll watch one of those episodes. You watch an episode of Cobra Kai. Deal. Drink to that.
Deal. Deal.
Barry's Irish Breakfast Tea. Thank you very much. Great to talk to you.
Yep.
And take it easy.